The Érebus, our state-of-the-art geological drilling vessel, burrowed into the heart of Titan, Saturn's largest moon. Outside, the cold was a deadly embrace, and the darkness, dense and perpetual beneath the orange haze of the atmosphere, was punctuated only by the flashes of our laser drills. We were a crew of 5, now reduced to 3, myself, Commander Eva Rostova, Chief Geologist and former pilot, Dr. Ben Carter, an astrophysicist with a brilliant mind and a growing fear of the unknown, and Lieutenant Anya Sharma, our communications specialist, ever alert to every static. Our official mission, assigned by the Atlas Corporation, was to extract samples from a rare concentration of cryovolcanoes at a depth unattainable by standard drilling. But a few weeks ago, we detected an anomaly on our deep sonar, a geometric resonance beneath kilometers of ice and rock. It wasn't natural, Commander, the readings are getting bizarre, Ben warned, his voice tense over the intercom. It's a structure. Massive. And it's pulsating, Anya frowned, fiddling with the controls. Commander, I'm picking up something on the low-frequency channels. It's not radio. It's a pattern. Like a song, but not made for human ears. A chill ran down my spine. The pressure of the ice and rock was immense, but there was a different, more subtle pressure that seemed to come from within the planet itself, or the structure. A suspense that gnawed at my own sanity. 3 days of relentless drilling later, the Érebus's drill broke through the last layer. It wasn't a collapse. It was an entry. The spaceship slid into a colossal void, a vast subterranean cavern lit by a pale, pulsating bioluminescence. It wasn't a natural cave. It was an underground alien city. The structures of the alien city were built with a translucent, iridescent material that seemed to absorb and refract light in impossible ways. Towers twisted and interconnected in patterns that defied Euclidean geometry. Arches curved at unthinkable angles. In the center of the city, an inverted pyramid-shaped construction pulsed with an even more intense internal light, emitting the frequency Anya had picked up. Ben was in shock, his eyes fixed on the view. This shouldn't exist. There are no records of such a civilization. It's a mystery beyond our comprehension, but what terrified us wasn't just the sight of the city. It was the silence. A silence that wasn't the absence of sound, but the absence of life. The streets were empty, the buildings, inert. Yet, Anya's song intensified, not like a triumphant melody, but like a lament. Then, the Érebus's systems began to fail. First, the lights flickered. Then, the onboard monitors displayed alien glyphs that writhed before going dark. Communications with the surface became static. It's not interference, Anya murmured, her eyes wide. It's assimilating us. As if the city is pulling us inside it. The true cosmic horror began when we glimpsed the figures. Not beings, but impressions. Translucent specters moved through the city streets, entities that seemed made of the same pulsating light, with shifting forms, no discernible faces. They had no definite shape, just an ethereal glow. And they were moving towards the Érebus. They're not attacking us, Ben whispered, his voice trembling. They're welcoming us. It's like they're waiting for us. It's their crew, Commander. The chorus of something, the song became deafening in our minds. It wasn't a language, but an infusion of knowledge and despair. Glimpses of reality's unraveling, of weeping stars, of a vacuum that was also a consciousness. I realized the city wasn't just a city, it was a vessel. A repository of minds, of consciousnesses of beings that had been dissolved into a larger entity. The song wasn't an invitation to enter, but a plea for liberation. This underground city was a prison for something that had been trapped here for eons. And the translucent inhabitants were the sentinels, the guardians, or perhaps, the first to be assimilated, their echoes vibrating at the frequency. The thriller had just begun. Ben's body began to convulse, his eyes fixed on one of the approaching translucent figures. They're free, he choked, they want us too. The void, it's coming, Anya, more resilient but still terrified, struggled to keep basic systems online. Commander. I can't maintain shield integrity. They're embracing us, I knew what I had to do. We couldn't fight beings made of light and thought. But if the city was a vessel, and the song a mechanism to empty its contents, perhaps we could reverse the flow. Re-imprison whatever was escaping. I remembered emergency protocols for reverse energy overloads, designed to seal dimensional breaches. It would be suicide for the Érebus, and an immense risk to our minds, but it was the only chance to contain the cosmic horror. I would have to use the city's own song against itself, transforming its frequency of liberation into one of sealing. Anya, prepare a reverse energy core overload. I ordered, my voice firm despite the panic swelling in my chest. We're going to seal this thing. No matter the cost. Anya, with trembling but determined hands, began sequencing the process. The song intensified, becoming a cacophony in our minds, an attempt by the entity to crush us with the psychic overload itself. The translucent figures surrounded the Érebus, their glows penetrating the shield. With a silent roar, we activated the reverse pulse. A wave of energy erupted from the Érebus, not explosively, but as an implosion of light and sound. The song in our minds transformed into a shriek of indescribable agony, then shattered into absolute silence. The translucent figures writhed and dissolved into the air, like mist under the sun. The lights of the alien city dimmed to an almost imperceptible glow. The inverted pyramid stopped pulsating. The vast subterranean space became a silent tomb. The Érebus was inoperable, drifting. Ben and Anya were unconscious, their faces pale, but breathing. I was exhausted, my mind a field of ruins, but intact. We were rescued weeks later, with a story of general system failure and illusions induced by extreme isolation. Ben retired, haunted by echoes in his mind he couldn't comprehend. Anya continued at Atlas, but avoids deep exploration missions. I am the only one who carries the weight. The underground alien city remains there, dormant in the depths of Titan, a secret that cannot be revealed. That song has been silenced, but I know it waits. And every night, when the stars shine coldly through my viewport, I feel the suspense in my soul. I am the reluctant guardian of a secret that could destroy reality.